Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the San Francisco 49ers.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Purdy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at about the 14. Powering his way forward. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. This defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Back to throw again. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. 2nd and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season. Sitting now at 13-0 and the finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
And that is caught. It's Ridley. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Alvin Kamara, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Push him back. Push him back. 35's the mic.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd down and 10. Purdy now to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13.
Let's go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They begin on the ground with Kamara. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. A throw over the middle taken in. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Flush to his right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. As San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the 1st half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. The 1st catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Purdy. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense, now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll return it from the 6. Able to push his way through. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Now a play fake here on first down.
Noah Fant with a catch on the crossing route.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a yard.
He'll look to throw. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Oh, Ridley has it. What a catch.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again, eluding the pressure right. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a... We just watched a solid first half from the vet running back, Alvin Kamara. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain of 39 that time.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They're going to look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
We want it. Come to my work.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Here's Robinson.
Avoids him at the 40. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Usually the big fella's a blocker, a lead back, but he gets the ball on first down. What a surprise for everyone. And as a former safety, if he breaks into the secondary and you see him coming, you just know that's a whole lot of man you've got to deal with now.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Alvin Kamara
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Now Purdy.
Draymond Jones in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Oh, look at that. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious?
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Back to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fant. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Back to the air on 2nd down, Purdy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Purdy looking to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Purdy sets up to throw again. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On the move to his left. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. A try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing here, Purdy. That is caught.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball